Can you hear him purring? This is Mr. Ash. Ash Bucket, Smart Ash, Sweet Ash, depending on his mood and time of day. Hi everybody, this is Deanna Jade back for Flosstube number 4. Thank you very much for joining me again. I really appreciate your taking the time to spend with me today. Today is June 15th and it's been 2 weeks since I was here last, so I thought it would be a good time to come back and do an update for you guys. Okay, Ashy, you're gonna have to move back over here. He's not happy because I disturbed him. Okay, so I have 9 projects to show you today, and I do have just a little bit of haul and a couple funny stories. I think I can laugh about them now. Anyways, let's talk about WIPs. So I have 9 projects to show you, as I said. The first project I'll show you is my daily piece. So I try to work on this every single day and try to put in an average of 400 stitches a day, because I would like to finish this project within the next 2 years. So by June of 2025. This is Home Sweet Home. So I will put a picture in here of what it will look like. And if I can find one, I will put a picture in here of what it looked like the last time you saw it a couple of weeks ago. Well, I'm not going to take it out of the, you know what? I'm going to take it out of the case, out of the nurge, just because where the nurge is sitting, it's hiding an important feature that I was really happy to start stitching. Something other than the wall. Okay. There it is. So hopefully you can see it. So since the last time, I think I finished this home, I think. So I continued from there across. I got to this hat. I got half the hat done. And as you can see, I've been working on three block towers at a time. But when I got to the hat, I couldn't stop. I just wanted to get that and get part of that done anyways. And holy moly, is it a lot of there's like, I don't know, 50 colors in there. It's like for a simple gray hat. And this is the end of the piece. So I started working, I got tired of doing working in the similar, my version of the Royal Rose method. So I started actually doing some cross country in there. One thing that I find really annoying is working in this method where I do three columns, 3 rows of 10 in a single column, and then park down below, and then I move down over to the side. And one thing that's really annoying is you fill in your 300 square blocks, and then if you have that color down below, that's where you park it. But the problem is, if you only have 1 or 2 stitches down here, there's not a problem. But what I find annoying is that if you only have a couple of stitches down here, or sometimes, yeah, anyways, a few stitches, and then there's a lot in this column, you end up with, sometimes I would end up with a floss sort of two of the same flosses right next to each other. And then there would be nothing down below. And so I ended up with a lot of short lengths of floss that I have to put back in my, in the kit, or floss drops, or whatever you want to call these things, floss organizers. And so now I'm actually paying attention to how many stitches are down below here. If there's only a few, then I'll go ahead and actually do those. And just move the floss over. So that way I'm still getting the benefit of making sure it's tied in down below and tied into the side. So I'm not going to get the lines. But anyways, I'm really enjoying this. This is the end of the piece. So I'm gonna finish that over the next couple of weeks, or focus on finishing that, and then I'll come back over here. Something else I did. So in the Nurge hoop, I have, well, they're all stuck together now, but I use these magnet things to roll up the excess fabric. I didn't notice that at the top, so the frame sort of went to here, and then there would be this fabric that I didn't have a magnet securing it down, so it just kind of flipped over, right? No problem, I should be able to just grab that. Well, I didn't. Oh, I'm showing you the back right now. You don't want to see that. Well, actually, this bulky piece right here is that I sewed it to the back, and I didn't catch it right away. So and there was so much confetti in that area that I just couldn't be bothered to unpick everything. So I just cut it. Oh well, it's in this salvage piece, so it's not going anywhere. But do you guys do that? Has anybody ever done that? Because I felt like such a nincompoop when I saw that. Oh well, anyway. This is being done on 25 count Lugana. I just dropped a magnet. Pardon me. It's being done on 25 count Lugana, and the only reason I'm using this printed gray, because normally I would just use a white on a full coverage, because it doesn't matter, right? But I had bought this fabric for something else. Actually, I had bought it for Dragons of the Sabbat, and I realized that I ordered it incorrectly, and so I didn't order the right size. And so then I wanted to start this project, and the fabric was perfect for it. As you can see, there's only that much left. So, you know, why waste fabric, right? I purchased it, so I was going to use it. Anyway, so that is Home Sweet Home. And did I tell you what the stats were? No, I did 4,211 stitches, which brings me to 15.8% on that one. Okay. My next project I'd like to show you is the Coliseum. And I didn't do a whole lot on this one. It's going to look fairly similar to what you saw the last time. So we have sky and then the start of the structure here. If I remember, I will put a picture of what it will look like, and also what it looked like the last time. If I can find a picture. So I only put in 220 stitches, so not very much. And again, I started to go cross country. So 220 stitches, and I'm at 1.5%. Yeah, I guess so. Okay. All right, next up, I will show you Magic Study. So this project is being done on 25 count Ada because I had some and I didn't want to, again, you know, why not use what you have, even though I've discovered that I don't like working on Ada. So I was finding that I was never reaching for this project, and part of the reason was it was in a Q-snap and I had all of the fabric sort of, you know, tied up and compact so I could work with it. But this fabric is so rough. It's very rough and very stiff. Like it stands up on its own. And I just didn't like working with it. So I decided to try working in hand, and it is working a little better. So we'll see how it goes. But the last time you saw it, I had up to here complete, where you see the arrow, and I've put in the next 2,000 stitches. So I'm at 1.0% on this project. What else can I say about this? I love it. I just love the colors. They're very vibrant. They're not showing up as vibrant on here, but they are. And I hope to work on this some more in the next couple of weeks. I've been, since the last time I saw you, other than my Home Sweet Home, which I work on every day, I have been using my wheel, so the Tiny Decisions wheel, and it's just spinning that. So I get my 400 stitches and then I spin it and see what else I will work on. So that's what all of these projects that I'm showing you now, that's where they all came from. What else can I say? And I don't have, hopefully you can't hear that. My cat's giving himself a bath. I just forgot what I was going to say. It's okay. All right. Next is Deanna and Cupid. This won't look terribly different than the last time. This is kind of how I had Magic Study folded up as well. But this Ada's different. I must have got it from somewhere different. It's not as rough and scratchy, so it's actually quite nice to work on. But I might do the same thing anyways and start working on this in hand. We'll see. So on this project, in the past 2 weeks, I've put in 1,011 stitches, which brings me to 1.2%. Most of it is all of this lighter green blue that you can see. So I'm just working on that page. The first page was actually just 30 or so stitches high, and now I'm working on the second page down. I will put in a picture of what it's supposed to look like, and if I can find a picture of what it looked like the last time, but no guarantees on that one. All right, next. I will show you next my Dragons of the Sabbat. I put the most work on this project. This is on 25 count even weave of some kind. I wish I remember where I got it because I really like this fabric. Okay. So you'll recall from the last time that I had all of the border done, and I am working on filling in. So done quite a bit. If I remember, I will pop in a picture of where it was the last time. But I have put in 5 5,996 stitches for a total of 5.4%. Pretty happy with that. I think I'm at, I guess it's not a quarter, but anyway, I'm enjoying that. I'm really enjoying this. I would have thought it would be very boring just doing black, but it's actually been great. A great project to work on in the evenings when I'm watching TV. I don't have to pay attention, but I can keep my hands busy. I had a long train ride and a really long car ride on the weekend, so I was able to pull that out. And it's just great also for when my brain can't handle looking at a pattern. So I just stitch and stitch. All right, and Pompey and Lady. Okay, Pompey and Lady. This is what she will look like when she's finished. She's from Heaven and Earth Designs. I've not been telling you where these are from. Home Sweet Home is from the Cross Stitch Studio, and the rest of them, Deanna and Cupid, is from Visa on Facebook. It's a free pattern there. The Coliseum is by Cross Stitch Collectibles, and the rest are Hades, I believe. Other than Dragons of the Sabbat, that's from Pain Free Crafts. I'm sorry, I will, if I remember, I'll list them all down below. Anyway, Pompey and Lady is from Hade, and this is where she is now. So I put in 627 stitches, so pretty much from this line over. And I'm at 3.2%. This is being done on 25 count even weave. This is the entire width of the project, so it'll be tall and skinny-ish. And yeah, 25 count even weave. It's pretty nice stitching actually, because it's kind of, it's not exactly block stitching, but it kind of feels that way because there aren't that many, at least so far, there aren't that many colors in each block, unlike some of my other projects. All right, and we have the Veil of Death. All right. So that's where she is right now. And I put in 947 stitches in this, which brings me to 1.1%. And as you can see there, I started working on this more of a cross-country method. Again, I don't know, all the hanging flosses, there's some really great advantages to that Royal Rose method, which is, you know, primarily that it's you know what's complete is complete, and you're just, it's ready for the next go round. But having that many hanging threads also sometimes drives me a little nuts. So and also I hate, you know, if I have to keep switching, if there's so much confetti that I have to keep switching needles every few stitches, it gets really annoying really fast. It's fine when there's lots of the same stitch, the same symbol in those blocks, but when there isn't, when there's only one or two, it's really annoying to me. So I mean, it depends on the day, right? Some days it's better than others. All right, one last project to show you, which is my new start. I started on June 1st. You might recall that if you've watched my previous videos, that I am starting a new project this year on the 1st and the 16th of every month. And so on June 1st, I started Fairy Tale Cottage. I love, love, love this project. It is by the Cross Stitch Studio. I think this one is the biggest one I have now. I think I'm doing this on 28 count easy guide, easy grid. I don't know what it is. Am I showing this upside down? No. I'm showing it sideways. There we go. 28 count easy grid, or pre-gridded fabric anyway. And I put in 1,178 stitches, which brings me to 0.2%. And as you can see, I've been doing this cross country across the page. Now, a couple of things, though I did park a couple of colors. I don't know about you guys, but I haven't stitched on pre-gridded fabric very much. I only have one other project that's pre-gridded, which right now I can't even think of what it is. And what has been challenging is knowing whether, because the entire stitch has that gray line through it, or gray, yeah, vertical or horizontal. And so trying to remember whether that's the first stitch or the 10th stitch in the row or column has had my head really going bonkers. So I went through, as you can see, and I used a pen because I kept forgetting, even though I drew a sample up here, but I kept forgetting which was which, and I don't know. I was getting confused, so I've been drawing the lines. Now, I had a question, or I had a couple comments and questions about the pens that I use for gridding. A lot of people were giving me some cautionary tales about the lines not coming out. Now these lines, I'll show you which ones I use. This is what I use. I need water erasable pens. And there's, I don't know, 6 colors, I think. I think there are 5 or 6 colors. There's purple, blue, pink, red, and green. 5 colors. And they're very thin, as you can see. And so this is what I use, and I did test them out. They do come out. In fact, not only do they come out, but they actually fade. They also fade in my Home Sweet Home piece. So I had gridded a good part of this project. It would help if I'm looking at the right side. So I had gridded, yeah, down to here. And I don't know if you can see, can you see the lines? Anyway, they do fade out, and I've had to reapply at the end. I've had to reapply the lines because they actually do fade as well. So and like I said, I have completed some projects and finished some projects and washed them, and they come out completely. So I'm not concerned about them. I also have used a specific type of pilot pen, which I can't remember now what it's called, but it's black and it also works and it also comes out. I've tried that as well, but I tend to stick with these ones just because the bright colors are easier to see. Yeah. So those are the 9 projects that I've worked on for the next couple of weeks. So a couple things. One is it might be a while before I can film again. I have family coming from overseas. I'm very excited for them to arrive and spend a few weeks with me. So I may not film again until maybe mid-July. We'll see. So it might be about 4 or 5 weeks before I can film again. If I can fit another one in sometime, then I'll try, but likely not. I have a little bit of haul. Not much, but I got a couple of colors, 934 of floss that I realized I was missing. And I bought a half yard of 28 count easy grid Lugana white and gray for my next project. So today's the 15th. So tomorrow I will be starting a new project, and I'm going to be doing that on 22 count even weave, which is a piece that I had left over from something else. I don't know if I'm going to use this because I don't know what those spots are from. What I decided to try was to try working on a flower sampler. So I don't have the picture here because my printer ran out of ink, but I'll just kind of show you sort of one corner. So back here. And it's just called Flower Sampler 2 Modern, from a shop on Etsy, which I will try to remember to link down below as well. I don't know, and I'm going to use a turquoise variegated sulky thread on that. We'll see. I don't know. I've said before I'm not a sampler girl, but this one was really cute with all the flowers, so I thought I would try that. So that'll be my new start tomorrow. And today I have already finished my 400 stitches on Home Sweet Home, so I'm going to be spinning my wheel and seeing what comes next. I've been really enjoying that. I don't have the wheel, so you can set the wheel to not give you duplicates. So every time it spins one, it will drop it off the list for the next time. But I decided not to have it do that. So if it spins multiple projects, they're the same project more than once, that's fine. So I'm just going to keep working on that. But I've been really enjoying that. As much as possible, I'm going to try to put in, between 500 and 1,000 stitches. You'll notice that on 1 or 2 projects, like the Coliseum, for example, I only put in 220 stitches, and I was just not feeling the confetti that day. I just couldn't deal with it. I had a bad migraine. So that's all I have for stitchy stuff. Yeah, I'm just going to keep working away. I want to thank again everyone for liking, subscribing, commenting, and chatting with me. I really love that part of this this Flosstube, and it's been really fun seeing all of your comments and reply. Everyone's been super, super nice, and thank you so much. I'm so grateful for this community. On a personal front, I've still been suffering with the chronic migraines, which has me down, has had me down a lot. But I did have some good or promising, let's say promising news, promising results, I guess. I started a new medication, which I had to go to a private clinic for an IV infusion of. I'll have to do that every 3 months. And for the first time in at least 15 years, I actually had no migraines for 5 whole days, 5 entire days of just bliss. It was, oh my God, it was incredible. It's almost like I didn't even know what to do with myself because I just felt so good. And since then, so it's only been 2 weeks. Since then, I have had some headaches, and past couple of days I've had migraines. But even so, they've been more manageable than prior to this IV infusion. So I'm so grateful for the doctors that recommended it, and yeah, I'm very grateful that seems to be on the mend. If things continue on a positive course, I may actually be able to go back to work soon, which would be fantabulous. But we'll see. I don't know what the words are, but I'm feeling positive. So please send me your good vibes, and hopefully things continue on the upswing for me. And I hope that you all are doing well. I hope that you are enjoying your stitchy time. I hope that you've enjoyed the projects that I've shared with you today. And we'll see you soon again. It may not be for 3 or 4 weeks, unless I can somehow swing it. Okay, thank you so much, friends, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.